Last time on Who Would Win?
You know why Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber, right?
Yeah, because he just wanted one.
Samuel Jackson
Jackson's like,
just wanted a purple lightsaber.
Make it purple.
No, like, so there's this funny behind the scenes clip of him asking, he's like, so what are the colors of the lightsaber again? And then George Lucas,
Blue,
well,
green.
there's if you're a good guy, you get blue or green, and if you're a bad guy, you get red, and that's pretty much all it is. What do I gotta do to get purple? Well, there's no purple. Well, they can be purple.
Welcome back, plebeians.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, so we were off screen talking a lot about the different lightsaber styles.
Yes.
Like a couple of fucking nerds. First minute.
Well, I'll put in a long stinger.
Give us a real long stinger on this one. Okay. So it says Darth Maul's lightsaber form is Form 7, Juyo.
Aha, see, I was correct.
I guess.
But, okay, why is that not good enough for you? Why is that not a good enough explanation?
Well, it's so weird because Form 6 is like, it's all of them, but not
Any of them? It's
but
the
not
jack of all
proficient
trades.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jack of all trades. So, yeah, we off camera, we did a little bit of reading in Form 6, if you were around last episode for Zelda. We were talking, like, the entire episode about Star Wars and then lightsaber combat because we're nerds.
Yeah.
And me being the biggest one because I listed off 5 of the 7 names and all, not just like, there's Form 1 and then there's Form 2.
you pretty much, you got 6 of the 7.
Well, I didn't remember the name of Type 1 and Type 6.
That's fine. You still knew them.
Yeah. I knew about them.
Yeah.
Except for I totally had no idea what Type 6 was. And I need to do a little bit of backtracking here in this area because I missed a chest with a small key. I need the small key to get the long shot and so on and so forth. It's the water dungeon, folks. It's water temple. It's hard. It's really not that hard. It's just you got to do it in the right order and get everything in the right order. So anyway, that catches you up. Doing a little backtracking, getting the key that's in that cracked wall behind the thing that I just went up, but I got to reset the water levels, and that, my friends, is why the water level sucks in this game. So, Form 7 is practiced by Darth Maul and Sidious.
Yes.
Because that's the Sith style.
So yes.
Juyo, because the Jedi were like, oh, it's kind of angry.
Yes. So Form 7 is traditionally Juyo. And then when people like Mace Windu and a couple others, Sindralig, I don't know who that is.
Whoever that is. I think Sindarin?
This guy spells it Drallig.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not.
But yeah, Mace Windu with the help of Draling, whatever, to harness Mace's inner darkness. Vapad is just a modification of Juyo, and Mace wasn't the only canon practitioner. Form 7 was around for a long time, primarily as an overly offensive and violent form that the Jedi outlawed because of its darkness and the fact that its users needed to actually enjoy battle to bring out the emotion and anger required for the form. Okay, that makes more sense with Maul.
Okay.
Since enjoying battle and violence goes against the Jedi Code, Form 7 was outlawed by the Jedi Council until Vapad, which is a defensive counter-attacking variant of Form 7. versus the offensive variant Juyo. Very few Jedi have been allowed to use Vape because of its dark nature. Only a Jedi with impeccable morals can use anger to defeat the dark side, as Mace Windu shows. All right, cool.
You know that Mace enjoyed some of those fights, though.
Yeah, no, totally. Mace was always an interesting character to me.
There's the bullshit that I need.
And I honestly think that Samuel L. Jackson did a great job of capturing that emotion in terms of balancing. Like, so he was on the Jedi Council, right?
Yes.
So he's got to be this guy. He's more or less a he's a politician, right? They don't say they are, but they are more or less, you know, a party or a. I guess they're more. I guess you can more relate them to a. Shit. What am I thinking of here, man? Not like a CPAC, but like an interest group, like a, you know, they're the dairy farmers of America that pump money into the United States senators that they want to see elected for the benefit of their own political gain, right?
Yeah, all right.
That's what the Jedi are.
Well, the council, you know, people kind of at the top.
Yes, the ones at the top for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Because yeah, the regular Joe and Jill farmers don't really, you know, they don't care. They just want to make their money, and that's what the Jedi are doing. They don't care. They just want to make sure that peace and order are accounted for in the galaxy, right?
Yeah, they're the keepers of the peace.
Exactly. They're the ones that are actually risking their lives.
Risking
Right.
for the biscuit.
Oh, here. Oh, there's another Scotch.
I know, but I don't know if I can get there.
Yeah.
I still need that long boy.
You long bay. Oh, you can get an extender.
Yeah, you need
You
the
can
long
you can
shot.
extend your shot.
Yeah, you can extend your shot.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. So
It's so long.
So Mace, I always thought was pretty cool, and I thought that Samuel L. did a really good job of it in terms of being a little aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Like
Very.
a lot of his stuff was really backhanded. He was like, "You got to do what we tell you, whether or not you like it." Like even the you know the first movie, episode 1 rather.
He's too old.
Yeah, him kind of like snapping back at Qui-Gon. You know, you can tell there's a little bit of animosity there.
You know, Qui-Gon was on the council, or denied, or he was, but then he left the council.
Something like that. He was like Qui-Gon is the coolest character.
Yes, he's like the Jedi. He's the quintessential Jedi.
He is. I think again, I'm not an expanded universe expert by any means, but I thought that he was kind of the impetus for the Gray Jedi.
Yes, I think kind of.
Maybe there was somebody before him, and then he just kind of liked the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like he saw. So here's another reason. So him and Dooku are like the same character, just taking different sides of the path.
Right. Yeah.
So they both understand that there is a middle ground to be had
between the light
but
and the dark.
nobody's going to, make that call, right? So, Dooku takes the path of manipulating the dark side to his advantage, and Qui-Gon takes the path of manipulating the Jedis to his advantage.
Does Qui-Gon manipulate the Jedi necessarily, though?
I think he does more than we give credit.
Really?
I do. I think that. I mean, even the fact that he really pushed on being able to train Anakin. Like, I mean, it's a really subtle thing in the movie because you don't get the whole backstory of it. But I think they do a good job of hinting at the fact that
we're back here.
Yeah, he's he's basically risking his status as a Jedi to train this kid.
Oh, my warp point's still there. I could have just taken the road less traveled.
Yeah, you could have just done that, you dumbass.
Well, I forgot because I left the temple. I didn't know if it would still be there. But I guess it was. That's all right. I'll use it to come back and get this.
You're still in good shape.
Get this Skulltula.
Skulltula.
Shit, I gotta wait.
That's fine.
Ordinary hookshot is so short. Just a tiny guy.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I think he was always an advocate for choosing his own path, which is what he did with Anakin to train him. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that was a part of manipulation.
Okay. Okay, manipulation is not the right word, but
Defiance?
yes. That's a good way to put it. So, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe, his version
Defiance against unbridled authority.
Well, yeah, it's this is what we're used to. This is what we know, so you can't, go against it. And that was what Dooku was so pissed off about.
This is a cool room. I like this room. So this room has individual levels of the water in this room.
Do you think is there like a retroactive thing where Dooku and Qui-Gon fight in their prime?
There is an episode. Sorry. There's an episode in the Clone Wars where I think it's Yoda has a Force vision of what things would be like if certain events didn't happen and Count Dooku stayed on with the Jedi and was on the Jedi Council and Qui-Gon was still alive and it's something like that.
Because that would be a great fight.
Oh yeah.
Because if Yoda's style is the only thing, well, not the only thing, but a good counterpoint to Dooku's style,
Makashi, yeah.
then Qui-Gon would have been in his youth fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, in his prime, absolutely.
But yeah, Qui-Gon's such a great character, and Liam Neeson again played that role so well. Man, Episode 1 gets shit on, but I'm sitting here talking about it, and that's the only movie I'm referencing in all of this conversation.
Yeah.
I actually do. Like, I just rewatched it within the last year, and I think it holds up a lot better
than 2, for sure.
Definitely 2.
What happens in 2? Nothing really happens. There's an army. Okay.
Yeah.
They found out there's a clone army. That's what happens in 2.
And even that fight's really not that great because it's
Yoda CGI.
It's CGI Yoda, and then it's just I love Christopher Lee and he does a great job, but it's nothing compared to what we got from
Episode 1.
Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Episode 3's final fight is good, right? It's got the emotion behind it.
Yeah.
It's,
Here we go. This is one of my favorite rooms. So
this is where you fight Shadow Link, right?
Yes. Now study this room. Now I've got the bigger sword, which means I'm bigger than him.
I got the bigger sword.
I'm bigger. But it means that.
Yeah, but what about your girth? I know you got length.
It's pretty girthy.
All right, yeah, towards the base.
Yeah. It flares towards the base. So as you thrust deeper, the wound gets bigger.
Yeah, the head's a little narrow, but you're getting there.
Yeah. So yeah, pay attention to this room too, because there's some interesting stuff that goes on.
Sure.
And also this room kind of parallels Lake Hylia itself because it's like the lake and then the island with the tree in the center. But anyway, so you are like, oh, I'm just going to go across here. And then, shucks, the gate is locked. And you go back over here. And then this guy is like, hey,
I see him.
Dark Styu.
Dark Styu.
Conquer yourself. So you can, keep thrusting him with the big sword. And you can keep hitting him, supposedly. Wow.
He's fucking your shit right now, dude. Well, he's not fucking your shit, but he's avoiding your shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's just kind of
Why can't I
taking
hit
it.
him?
Yeah. Is it on hard mode?
No.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Because ordinary, like... Oh, all right. There's one.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. He's got to be sneaky. Well, it's just him, but he exists in the shadows.
Oh.
Yeah.
I exist in the shadows.
You just thrust him.
Have you seen the new Batman yet?
I did, actually. Yeah.
Did you see it?
Gene and I saw it on... there he is.
Man, you're always seeing movies before me, man. The episode...
We should go to a film ourselves.
The episode
Wait,
that came up today was the Spider-Man. I was
There it
talking
is.
about
See?
Spider-Man.
It was all an illusion.
Use your illusion. Parts 1 and 2. That's Guns N' Roses, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think...
Maybe it's
so.
somebody else.
And now we get the long boy.
One long boy.
Who would win? Some short guy? Or one long boy?
I'm going to be real. I think it's going to be the long boy 9 times out of 10.
I think we know who would win in that scenario.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. What were you saying about episodes 1? Well, episode 2 is not a whole lot happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I get that it's supposed to be like the instigation of a war, but
right, it's a lot of diplomacy. It's a lot of blah blah blah. It's a lot. And Jango Fett. Remember him? He's pretty cool. There's Boba Fett. You remember the biggest MacGuffin of all fucking time?
They both kind of go down like bitches.
Literally, nobody fucking cares about. I don't understand how they. Boba Fett is not a character. He is truly just there.
Yeah, he didn't do much.
He did nothing. He literally did nothing. He didn't even catch Han Solo. He just said, put him in the cargo hold, and then just fucking dies. But then they're like, dude, Boba Fett's like the greatest character. I'm gonna fucking jerk off to him so fucking hard. And then they bring him back, and they make this new show called The Book of Boba Fett, and he's fucking fat. So it's like, dude, nobody cares. Who the fuck cares about this shit? I'm sorry, I'm a little upset.
No one cares about him. Hey, Boba Fett, if you're out there, we don't care about you.
I just, oh my god, like.
It's the same thing with General Hux and Phasma. Remember when like they started like pushing Phasma on everyone, and they're like, oh, Captain.
Who the fuck is Phasma?
She's the shiny stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, she was supposed to be hot shit. Was that the first movie or the second movie?
That was the first movie, Force Awakens. They were like, "Oh, Captain," and then she gets knocked out by someone, and then that's like,
that's
the only
that's
thing
it.
she does in that movie. And then she was supposed to come back and be like hot shit in the other movies, and just does nothing.
Does she even come back?
I don't remember.
I don't think she
know.
comes. Well, maybe she does. I don't fucking remember. Again, you can't ask me about this when it comes to the
new shit,
the new sequels. Or I guess they're called the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, Phasma does nothing. But she was marketed as like Captain Phasma, the best stormtrooper out of all the
right.
stormtroopers.
So I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. Okay, so if here you go. This is a great example. So,
I'm ready.
Do you remember the original the 19? It's either 89 or 90 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Like the first one?
Yeah, the first one with the full puppet suits.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually an incredible comic book adaptation.
Might I also suggest, great film.
Great film. So, all right. So, who are like the main characters in that movie? Obviously, the Turtles.
Yep.
Obviously, Splinter.
April
Obviously,
O'Neil.
yeah, April. Shredder. Casey Jones. I would even argue Danny.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The son of April's boss.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He steals money, dude.
Right. Who's a character that like people just kind of remember because he's in it and not for any like important reason? He just has a couple good lines, and then he's also like, oh, now he's like a more famous actor. So it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of novel.
actor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sam Rockwell.
Oh yeah, was he a dude of the foot?
Yeah, he was just a foot member.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything that really progressed the movie.
Well, yeah, he was just kind of a B-roll.
He was, but he had a couple lines, so it was like, oh, hey, do you guys remember that Sam Rockwell was in this movie? Oh yeah, it was fucking cool. What if they just made what if they just made a whole TV show about Sam Rockwell's character?
As that guy in the foot.
As that guy in the foot. In the lore of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That's what the Book of Boba Fett is.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good comparison.
You know what? Look. Sometimes you can leave things alone and the audience can infer them and make a much better impression that way.
And you don't need content for content's sake.
Yes.
When it comes to that stuff.
Yes. Yes. That's what I really like about man, and this is really shitty of me to say. I haven't really like sat down and read a book in a very long time, but I really should just do that because I'm just getting to the point where like like content in terms of just like media is really overwhelming me to the point where I'm having a hard time moving forward with it. But reading books is really cool because you can do those things where you can infer stuff and kind of get your own backstory out of it and create this lore and this culture that progresses the story in a way that's maybe a little more unique to the user, as opposed to here's an entire Wikipedia of every single style of lightsaber combat.
I thought you loved that article.
I did, but I'm also like, you know what I mean? It's just I guess it's cool, but damn, dude, just let me just think that Count Dooku is, you know, kind of badass for these reasons, and then Darth Maul is way more badass for these reasons. You know?
Hey, guess what we're doing here?
What?
We're gonna drop the water level again.
Man, I'm just floored right now.
There's so much.
But you know what I mean? So as a kid, I think it truly comes down to that. It's kind of like a child wonderment thing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, like when we were kids, when we watched Star Wars before the prequels happened, and we just had this bigger than life idea of like, you know,
what it could have been.
Darth Vader, like what did he do in the beginning? Like what, you know? Oh my God, he's Luke's dad. Like what was he before Darth Vader? What did he look like? What is, you know, all this stuff like.
I always had the mental image of Darth Vader like already existing in the suit and like coming home from a hard day's work and being like, "Oh, the Jedi Order is really on my case this week. Hello, honey. Hello, Luke. Hello, Leia."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that. I honestly felt like, you know, when I was a kid, when you know, before I realized that, oh yeah, Luke, Vader is Luke's dad, but I still had this idea of Anakin Skywalker, who was an incredible pilot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I honestly kind of had a vision of more of, who's the guy in the sequel? Poe Dameron?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's who I kind of, you know, kind of this
rough and tumble.
Yeah, like a World War II, like, you know, just like a fighter pilot guy who's just also like he's good at hand-to-hand combat. Obviously, he's, you know, can fight with a lightsaber, but at the time, we didn't know any better. So I just thought he was, you know, just an extension of like, you know, what that kind of like two-handed lightsaber style was. I thought he was just really good at just, you know, like broadsword style fighting, you know?
Yeah, because in episode 4, he was kind of like, yes, he was a Jedi, but he was like more of this soldier pilot type, like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
Or portrayed that way, at least, you know.
Right.
All right, so now...
So stuff like that was kind of cool.
I need to go over...
I had the idea, and you know, when as you're an adult, you learn more and more about how Lucas was influenced by like old movie serials and stuff like that. Errol Flynn, Robin Hood type
So remember when
classic heroism.
Remember when I moved that block?
Yeah, it's gonna save you time.
Yeah. So now it's already in place for this part here.
Perfect.
Which,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
It's
that.
at least one thing that I remember that I do right in this dungeon. So now I can go over here and get this other small key, so I can go down there and get the boss key, so I can go to the boss.
Just go right
and
to the boss.
then we can fight the giant penis.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's see, can I get out here? Can I get that? This way? I had this thought the other day that about like modern movies. And you know how when you're a kid you watch a movie and you watch, typically in a good film, you watch the protagonist of that film overcome challenges and hardships to make him or herself and the world around them a better place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then as the action figures come out and, you're playing with the action figures and you're creating the scenarios, like for me it was Legos and, all that stuff.
Sure.
And you're role playing and you're make believe and you're the hero, or you're playing with the hero action figure or whatever, and you're putting the hero action figure in those scenarios. But then as a kid, because you've already watched and taken the emotional ride of the compelling story, in your make believe world of whatever scenario that your hero is in, the hero just wrecks everything.
Yeah.
Because like he's the hero and he's gonna win, and now I'm playing and the hero, and I'm just gonna have the hero just absolutely wreck everything because that's what he can do. I feel like we're in an era of filmmaking right now where the movies are being written by that kid, and the heroes don't pose any challenge. There's only shallow character development, and it's not a serious, believable world, and it's just being written by the people that want the heroes to wreck anything and everything because, well, they can, and you don't need to ask questions. Like, you're not going to ask a question on why that character is doing that when you're playing make-believe, because they just can, and that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would like to continue this conversation. Maybe on the next episode.
Oh, you think we're going to go to the... Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah, well, the
It's a
timer went
long
off a
way.
while ago,
Oh,
so...
shit. All right.
Yeah, I wanted to find a good stopping point, and it kept not happening, so I think we just need to stop right here.
Okay.
While these, balls of poop just kind of like roll down into the...
Dung beetles.
What?
Dung beetles.
They do, yeah, dung beetle bowls. That's totally what they look like. All right, so let's continue this, because I actually have a good little piece to add to that.
All right. Well...
I like this idea of the stories that we create as kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about that next time. When we find out who would win, a handful of plastic figurines,
Yeah.
or one plot line boy.
One metaphorical boy.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya.